a European party, of course, is even more, let's say, an umbrella for tendencies that you have in your political family. At home, I could say the CDU, these are two parties in one. The SPD are two parties in one, the Liberals are two parties in one, even the Greens are two parties in one. You have the fundamentalists and realists, so you have at least in a party two tendencies, the more progressive, the more conservative. On a European level, of course, you can imagine that this picture is much more colorful. If I see in climate protection, we have a PSE climate network where we invite our sister and member parties from the new member states, let's say from Poland, and so if they are coming, they are politely listening, but they are not really sharing our ambitious goals. So you have these differences. In our social network, if it comes to working time directive and atypical work labor contracts, if I see my labor colleagues from Britain, they are thinking this is continental culture, it's nothing for us. And it is not easy to form messages that are united and where you really make, let's say, European policy with one voice and not with 27 tongues. Political group in the parliament is definitely the most integrated entity, and we are meeting basically weekly. And there you could see that the culture of formulating messages and political lines is very well developed. If you look on the voting vote, we are up to the 90% that we vote united, and maybe the one more the other less, between 1 and 10% where you vote national. If I have a visitor group, this is one of the, I have two questions. How are you communicating with all these languages? And the second one is always, how are you voting? Are you voting German or are you voting European? Because look, I'm elected as a European parliamentarian, I vote with my political group. That's the rule, and the exemption is very occasionally that you vote national.